It was a cold morning at the bus stop. Sarah stood there, scrolling through her phone, her scarf pulled tightly around her neck. She glanced around and noticed an older man sitting on the bench nearby. His jacket was old, its seams barely holding together, and his boots were scuffed with layers of dirt. He clutched a worn-out backpack and stared ahead, expressionless. Sarah frowned slightly, her mind automatically jumping to conclusions. Probably homeless, she thought, and turned back to her phone. The bus arrived and Sarah got on, forgetting about the man as the day carried on. Later that afternoon, Sarah took her usual route home through the park. As she walked, she saw the same man sitting on a bench, feeding birds with breadcrumbs from his backpack. This time, something about him caught her attention. He didn't seem desperate or lost. Instead, there was a calmness in his movements, a strange sense of purpose. Suddenly, a little boy ran up to the man, holding a broken toy airplane. "Mister, can you help me? It's broken," the boy said, his voice trembling. The man smiled kindly and took the toy. "Let's see what we can do," he said, pulling a tiny toolkit from his backpack. Sarah stopped a few steps away, watching as the man worked with precision. Within minutes, the toy plane was as good as new. "Wow!" the boy exclaimed, his face lighting up with joy. "Thank you, sir." He ran off, holding the plane high in the air like it was soaring. Curiosity got the better of Sarah. She approached the man cautiously. "That was impressive," she said, pointing to the plane. The man looked up, his eyes kind but tired. "Ah, it's nothing," he said with a modest shrug. "I used to build real ones." Sarah blinked. "Real ones?" she asked, confused. The man chuckled softly, a bittersweet smile on his face. "I was an aerospace engineer. I spent years designing planes. Some of them are still flying today. But life doesn't always go the way we plan." He paused, as if deciding how much to share. One bad decision, one moment of bad luck, and suddenly, you're starting over. It's been years now, but I've learned to find joy in the little things. Sarah was stunned. This man, who she had judged so quickly, had once been someone whose work touched the skies. And now, here he was, quietly feeding birds and fixing toys for children in the park. As she walked away, his words echoed in her mind. Life doesn't always go the way we plan. That night, she couldn't stop thinking about him. How many people had she walked past without a second thought? How many stories had she missed because she judged them at first glance? Maybe the world would be a kinder place if we all took a moment to look beyond the surface. Because sometimes the most extraordinary stories come from the people we least expect.